Hi there, welcome to another edition of Old Man Ray's cooking videos. By popular demand from my sister in Malta, I'm making Timpana, which basically is baked macaroni, kinda, with pastry on the bottom and on top. It may not be everyone's recipe because all the Maltese differ from one to another, but this is my mum's version and this is what I love doing. So you'll need the following things to make this dish. Penne pasta, we've chosen a wholemeal penne for the health conscious. Tomato paste, canned and crushed tomatoes, corned beef, a little bit of garlic, mixed garlic, we've got tomato paste already, and some eggs, and some cheese. We're using tasty shredded cheese. So what we'll do is we've got the water on boil. I'll put a little bit of salt into it, and I'll put the penne pasta when the water is hot. Give it a good mix, and while all that's happening, I'll get the other ingredients and the mixtures going as well. So we'll come back in a minute. So I've added a can of corned beef. That was my first ingredient. Chopped up a little bit. Then I've added the canned tomatoes, and now I've added a tablespoon and a half of tomato paste, and that's the type of consistency that I've got. And next we do eggs, garlic and cheese. You taping? Okay. All right, so we just put a little bit of garlic in. I've just put the penne pasta in the salted water and boil. I'm just putting the eggs in there now. 4 eggs. Give it a bit of a mix and break that yolk. Okay, that's done. Now we'll put some cheese in. Got some leftover cheese here, so if you got some leftover tasty cheese, shredded cheese, that will pretty do as well. Just put some cheese in, roughly about 3/4 of a bag, and as you can see, it's just everything's on top, and you just got to give that a good mix. Mix it right in. Now the only thing that's missing from this area here is the penne pasta, and that's boiling away. So we've got pretty much that ready. That's on the boil. I'm doing 2 pans. One is for my daughter and her children, and one is for us. I've got the pastry sheets out, and I'm going to start lining these dishes while the penne pasta is boiling. Okay, I've lined up the pans with pastry sheets. I didn't really say what we're actually type of pastry we're using, but we're using puff pastry. So what I've done is that there's 2 sheets for this pan and 2 sheets for that pan. How we've lined it up is that we've put the pastry sheet over, because as you can see the squares are fairly big. And then the second sheet we've cut to size, and just make sure that it sits over the rim, and that's the other half of the second pastry sheet as well. And as long as they're joining, it doesn't have to be really neat, but as long as there's no gaps in the actual pastry, and as long as you've got it on top of the rim as well, because when we put the filling in, we'll be putting the pastry sheet on top as well. Okay, so the pasta is boiled. If you look at it, it's al dente, I guess. So what you do is just mix it into the mix. Okay, so just give it a good mix. Do that for a couple of minutes to mix it all in. The pasta should be let it cool off a little bit, because otherwise it'll be too hot. So just let it cool off, or even when you're draining, just drain it under cold water as well, like I just did. Okay, we'll come back shortly. Okay, so we've mixed it. That's your consistency there. I filled up one dish already, so now just filling up the other dish. do that for the other dish and we'll come back shortly. Okay, 2 dishes finished, as you can see. Contents of is inside, pastries on top as well as on the bottom. Just put a couple of little puncture marks in it there just so the steam can come out. And just glide a fork along the sides like I have there, and that firms the pastry on top of the pan so it doesn't soup out. So I'm going to put them both in the oven. I've got the ovens set at 180 degrees. Just looking on it in about half an hour, just to see that the pastry is golden brown. And the next video is us pulling them out the oven and letting you see what the end product is. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, anyone viewing, this is a finished product, Timpana, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's plated. So that's pretty much the top pastry. You can see the bottom pastry and the filling there. So enjoy, bon appetit, and for all those Maltese people, enjoy it, and we'll try and cook something else in the near future as well. Okay, bye bye.